Allah is Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Mathalu nuri ka mishkatin fiha misbah. Allah gives a simple example. He is the light of the universe. And this is just a similitude. This is a mithal, meaning Allah is giving us a similitude. Allah is certainly not light, but it's an analogy, it's a metaphor to explain to us that if you do not recover your light in your own hearts, it will be covered and you will become a wretched creature. So Allah never misguides any being. When Allah says, فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ فَزَادَهُمُ اللَّهُ مَرَضًا, in their hearts it was a disease, so Allah added to the disease. They were not born with the disease. They moved away from Allah, hence they got the disease. They rejected Allah through their limited free will, hence they went astray. They rejected the guidance of Allah, hence they went astray and their hearts became diseased. And Allah says, when you do this proactively, then I will increase your disease by denying you more mercy. The operative is very simple. There are practical measures. For example, Allah says, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. Indeed, the believers are brethren. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. The believers are brethren. فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ. Therefore, make peace between yourselves. Have God consciousness. Why wattaqullah? Because that's your template, that's your direction. There is no way to bring unity and bring harmony and growth and success unless you have a goal. There is no goal but Allah. وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Thus Allah says, don't forget to keep me in your goals. That even when you talk in your businesses, keep me in between your conversations. When you are talking to your spouse, don't forget me. When you are looking at your children, don't forget me. I am the template that will make all your transactions correct. So Allah says, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. So that more mercy comes your way. So I can answer through this verse that if you and I create discord and we create fitna between each other and we refuse to unite with each other as brethren, then indeed we are not God conscious, and indeed the mercy of Allah stops to come to us. So notice the reverse is also true in the verse, that if you do not proactively try to bring unity among the believers, and remember that once we bring unity among the believers, it's infectious. For then you and I will bring unity among humanity, because then it becomes natural to be united globally, because it starts at home. Families that are, people who are disuniters usually have a disunited family. A united family will not bring disunity among others, because the essence of unity will become pervasive in their styles. Their nature will be uniting. They will not be disuniting. So Allah gives simple examples like this. Constant, the Quran is filled with these kinds of verses. That if you do this, this will happen to you, more will come to you. Therefore, when you have a disease in your heart, it is because you shut the lights off. It is because you reject it. And the Quran mentions it many, many ways. ظَهَرَ الْفَسَادُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَالْبَحْرِ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ. Why? There is fasad on this earth. People are creating difficulties on each other. We're cheating each other. We're arrogant. Why? Because we stopped introspecting. We looked at everybody else's problems. We forgot to look at our own. A classic backbiter is the most ignorant of their own selves. A classic person who has lost the pathway of Allah is the one who has lost themselves. That's why the Prophet said, مَنْ عَرَفَ نَفْسَهُ فَقَدْ عَرَفَ رَبَّهُ. If you have understanding of yourself, you will have an understanding of your Lord. Why? Because the minute I go deep into my heart, the Spirit of Allah, the Ruh, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ قُلِ الرُّوحِ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. That you ask you about this Ruh, it is in the command of Allah. This Ruh only guides in the right path. It's the nafs that distracts it. And when we indulge in indecent behaviors, we distract it, and it disturbs the ruh, and the ruh gets hidden. And then it no longer has a light to share, and we become darkness, which then becomes absorbing. And by the definitions of darkness, it never gives, it only takes. Hence the analogy in the Quran, that when Allah uses the analogy of light, you'll find that by physical analogies, you find light does not take, it only gives. Light only gives. A true believer who knows the origin of God's creation and understands the mission of Allah's creation, 100% knows that our objective in this world is to give more than take. And when we are going to take, it is simply so that we can give more. So yes, we will take knowledge, we will take wealth, if it is ours fairly and squarely. We will take the mercies of Allah, but the intent of taking is simply so that we are efficient in giving more. Because a true believer thinks of nothing but giving, not taking. Because they've already understood that they were given something they did not deserve it. You and I don't deserve to exist. Please don't forget this. There is nothing in our nothingness that we could have done to deserve this existence. Don't forget that. And while we exist, we are so endowed, we are so blessed that there is no way to account for it. Believe me, you and I cannot account for the mercy that Allah has given us. You cannot account for it. Therefore, it is extremely essential that we as a human race focus on the inside and question our own integrity so that we have a better understanding. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.